Hi, this is Randy Finney with Right Side of the Chart, and this is a late session update, and I want to cover a new feature on the site, or some functionality, for Friday, October 18th, 2019. I'll start out with a very brief update on the broad market since I'm here. I want to kill two birds in one stone. I wanted to show you guys some new functionality on the site, how to use it, and also do an update on the markets. So starting out, won't spend a lot of time here. I've already did a video and posted charts. We had the breakdown below the midpoint of the channel today. As expected, we traveled down to the bottom of the channel. During last video, I said before we got there, started out there, we were about halfway down. I said I was, instead of covering there, I was favoring a move down here to test the top of that gap there, about 190.80 or so, 190.85. And that's exactly what happened. So I reversed my short to a long there, as I said would in the video, and I've just now reversed back to a short. What I'm showing you here is resistance. I'll give you the line right there. QQQ has bounced back to resistance, and so has the Nasdaq 100. That level's right about here, 190.52, and you can see it's a pretty decent level. So. I'm only looking for a pullback trade. I may take part of it home short, or I may just close it out at the end of the day if we get a fade in the last half hour here. It's just after 3:30 as I'm starting this video. I'm circling all the reactions that make that a resistance level. So there it is. And it's interesting to note too, although whereas normally initially I was looking for likely reaction off that level, basically we got it. Now this is technical analysis. It gets a little tricky here. I said, told you before I favored that we'd go through there, and we did, but we bounced back, and the second we tagged that level, boom, we're right back. And this is a 60-minute chart, so when you trade off this time frame, all that really matters is your 60-minute candle closes. And so that candlestick closed right about on that trend line. You can pull it here a little higher or lower. That's where I've had it for a while. So effectively a reaction on that level, because we closed on it and then we got back above it on each and every candle. So that is that whole once we break this scenario I talked about, we didn't gap down today, and like I said, all the better. Had we gapped down, you wouldn't have had an objective short entry if you weren't already short, but you got it today because we went down in the after the open and then hit the level and recovered it. And so on that 60-minute candle, it's fine to see an intra-period break as long as you close on around that level. So that's it. And now maybe we do this, trade in the bottom half of that range for a while. If we break down, and look, my convictions aren't high, and that's why I'm probably going to close this short that I just reversed to out before the close, and that's if I'm not stopped out. I'm going to give it room. They'd have to really ramp it to take me out, because that's even if we went up to about right here, you're talking 0.5%. I'll give it about 0.5% or so, and then ideally if we can get another leg down, I don't know if we'll get back to the 190.86 level again today, but here's the thing. If we fall back below the channel, we may just keep going down. We probably will. That's my guess. You print a 60-minute close below this channel now, we'll probably come back to 190.86, and I don't think we'll bounce again. I think it'll backfill the gap, and that could be a good thing for the bulls. Be a good thing if you're bearish and short in the short term. But because that would leave no unfinished business. Right now you have a big old gap sitting right here. For this market to go to new highs, which it still very well can, it's not far from it, to backfill that gap and then move up would again leave no unfinished business, meaning it wouldn't leave an unfilled gap right there. So let's just watch. We'll see how this goes next week. I'm leaning that way, and that's why I may take some of this. I took a day trade size short again for the move down to the close today, or the last half hour of trading, and I'll reduce that down to a comfortable overnight position, because futures, as great as they are during the week, trading around the clock with liquidity where you can have a stop loss hit at 3:30 in the morning if you're asleep, you can't do it on the weekend because these things shut down on Friday night. They don't open again until Sunday night. So that's that. So whatever you do, go home light, and if you're not sure what to do, don't overtrade. Just sit back, see what happens next week. Okay, now on to before I move away from that, I'll show you why also shorted the NQ, and is right here. You have a bounce back to the resistance right there at 7,900, And I had closed out the long that I reversed right off the lows today when QQQ hit that level a little earlier, right about here, but now I'm short because you can see nice resistance there about 7,900, right? All that was support there, a little mini, kind of a mini head and shoulders pattern right there, which kind of played out very small. That's pretty much the measured move. Resistance there, and then you go back in time, you can see all these support, all these reactions there. So I'm pretty comfortable with that. You know, that we'll probably have a reaction here. Maybe it just closes flat on that level. We'll see. All right, enough on that. Let's just jump over to the update I wanted to share with you guys on the site. All right, so there's some new functionality now added to the comment section, which I'm pretty excited about. I think it's, you know, because my goal is to you know, have you guys, if you remember the site, be able to find what you're looking for and you know, get the information as timely as possible. Number one, find what you're looking for, if it's an individual stock or the market or gold. You know, that analysis is all over the place here. It's in the trading room. It's in these front page posts. It's sometimes very often I'll follow up in the comment section. I'll see something I forgot to mention or see something new and it's there. But you may not know if you're not coming in randomly and, you know, catching up, trying to read all these posts. So now, you can see here, you have all the posts when you click the home button, and you can see the tags. So let's just say, for example, you're interested right now in the pot stocks and really nothing else. You're hyper focused. You don't care to trade the market. You don't trade trade currencies or anything else I've been highlighting, but you like the pot stocks. So you can see down here ACB, that's one of them, CGC, Cron. I covered them in this video yesterday. I'm just picking this one because we have 6 comments. I'm going to use the example here. So what you do, and of course you'll get a front page post always, those come out to you. And then if you click on the comment section, you come down or click on the comments, it'll bring you down to the comments. And so what's new at this point in time is a little bit new. The interface is a little new, but not much different. Join the discussion. So you can type in here whatever it is you want to. You have a question for me or just the board, meaning anybody who's willing to answer it and has an opinion, or you want to share something. So check out this chart of XYZ. Let's say XYZ is a pot stock that I missed, and but you think it's poised to run, and you can share it here. Why isn't that working? Okay, there it is, XYZ, whatever. So now you can do that. You have the availability now to upload your own charts. If you've saved, there's a couple ways to do that. If you have a link to a chart, just paste the link in here, and that will, if it's the link is able to, it'll actually show the chart. Otherwise, people can click the link and open it and see your chart. But the other way is to take a screenshot. You know, Macs and PCs have snipping tools built in where you can take a screenshot of, you know, any size it to your chart, and then save it. I have a file. You can create a file called charts, save it on your desktop or whatever. And then right now I've set it where you have 3. You can upload up to 3 charts. I think that's plenty. Click here and then upload your chart wherever they are. These are my, you know, charts for 2019. So I upload this one, and I'll just, let me say this is a test post in case anybody comes in here. This is a test post, blah blah blah. And now I can post that, and that'll go there. Now, what's neat about? Oh, of course, you can open it up as well, and there it is. Close that. In addition to just being able to add charts, and what I'm really excited about is this new subscribe feature. Now, I've already subscribed to this chart, this one. Let me find one I haven't. Well, you know what? Let's save time here. Click that. If you will not be automatically subscribed. You will only be subscribed to posts you want to. Why? Because I don't want to flood your inbox with every comment everybody makes, a reply, a question. And again, you may only be interested in trading, in this case, the pot stocks. So you want to follow this post or any comments that I might leave, you know, over the next few days, next week or so, or comments, things other people add. You can subscribe to receive just reply, if anybody replies to a comment that you made, you make a comment here, you ask a question, someone replies, you will get an email with a link to that reply. Or you can subscribe to all comments. That's what I've done here. I'm subscribed to all follow-up comments. Anybody posts anything in here since I've been in this thread, I will now get an email on that. That's, to me, a pretty neat feature. So therefore, you'll be up to date and not miss anything. And of course, you'll get an email and you'll decide to go in there. Before I forget, those emails are going to come from noreply@rightsideofthechart.com. I know from running a website, I can tell you that the spam filters love the no reply addresses. They're commonly used for spam. And when I was troubleshooting this thing all day today, I was not getting these emails, and finally I checked. Sure enough, they were in a junk folder. So if you subscribe to these, make sure you check your junk folder, and then set it whitelist, meaning tell your email server or email what do I call it? Not provider. Your email provider or service like Microsoft Outlook, whatever you're using, mark it not as junk. In other words, add no reply. Basically, just add the domain @rightsideofthechart.com and emails from that to your safe senders list, and you shouldn't have problems. Okay. Additionally, you can see here, the number of people in this thread right now. It's me, Frankie3, Michael BT2. So there's 3 people active in here. If you have your Gravatar uploaded, it'll show that. It's a little image. As things get going, hopefully this will get more activity now in the comment sections. You can click these little links to see the hottest comment thread. Now what that is, this will show you right here. You have 3 threads, just so you understand basic, if you're not familiar, basic blogging terminology or comments and things like that. This is a thread, is when you make a top level post, just like in the trading room, and then I haven't replied to this. If I click to reply, like this one, here's the top level. This is a thread. It starts with Frankie3's question for me. I replied to it, and then Frankie replied to me. So that whole thing, just so you know, is a thread. And so usually maybe we change gears and somebody else brings up a new topic down below, that starts a new thread. So you have your top level posts and then the comments and replies, and that's what constitutes a thread. So you can see how many threads, total replies. So you have 3 threads with 4 replies. Again, these are the replies down here shaded in gray right here. And if you go down, there's 2 more right there. Alright, so that's that, and I think it's self-explanatory. Oh, and the cool thing too, as I mentioned earlier, followers. You can follow people. I did it earlier, I think, in this. If I wanted to follow, let's say, Michael BT2, click that. And now, anytime Michael BT2, if I like what Michael BT2 has to say, I like the charts he shares, anything like that, I'll follow him. You can always unfollow later. And then it'll show that I have 2 followers. You can go right here to your settings and you can see all your activity. These are not in the trading room. This is just front page stuff. So silver and gold members, any comments, replies that you've made under the front page post, they're right here. Subscriptions, that means any of these the comment threads that you've replied to receive a notification when it comes, and you can at any time, if you want to stop getting notifications from that one, you can unsubscribe easily. You'll also have an unsubscribe link in the email. And then finally, who you're following. You guys, these are the 2 I followed today in the examples in the video, and that's it. So let me know what you guys think, and it's new. If there's any bugs, let me know on that too, and we'll try to get those hammered out. I believe that's it. All right, we'll wrap it up here. This has been Randy Finney with Right Side of the Chart. Have a great weekend.